Hey there, Tilray traders and investors. It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Thursday, June 27th. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, we're going to do an update on the MedMen bankruptcy. So we're going to be discussing how this would affect Tilray. And I've got some exciting news from an article from the Green Market Report. A lot of people surprised this kind of went under the radar. But I was wondering about it today, and we were discussing this in the Pow Group private community, and it's looking good for Tilray. Not so good for MedMen, and again, my heart goes out to those that were affected by that and anybody that got burned. Before we get to it, though, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. And full disclosure, I do own Tilray in my portfolio. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. And just as a reminder, I posted a video on Tilray yesterday. The daily oversold bounce was underway and $2 more than likely incoming on the chart as we look for a bullish reversal. If you haven't seen that, you can check that out. But here is the details. So MedMen, this is the article I was referring to earlier, the Green Market Report. And this was from June 24th. So MedMen creditors likely out millions, trustee and receiver documents say. And there's a key part here with regards to Tilray, which we'll get to in just a moment. The receiver for the company has been slowly winding down, giving away or selling assets in California while fielding interest in other states. So when MedMen Enterprises went belly up in April, it left behind more than $560 million in debt and a shell of a company that had just $1 in immediate value, according to court documents and reports from financial experts working to liquidate the company's assets. Richard Ormond, the U.S.-based receiver named to sell off what was left of MedMen, including 72 subsidiary companies, 43 MJ business licenses in 5 states, estimated in the report last month that he might be able to get between $70 million and $100 million on the private market. But Ormond noted that MedMen's debts and liabilities far exceed that amount. On top of that, the company has outstanding employment claims and tax claims against it that are not yet quantified. Now, here's the moneymaker. The only company that appears poised to get paid from the dissolution of MedMen is a Delaware LLC known as Superhero Acquisition Corp. So Superhero, you might have heard of that before. We'll get to that in a second. They are the only secured debtor that registered an interest with the Canadian trustee, which is owed more than $262.3 million overall, according to Ormond. Now, who is Superhero? Well, if we go back to the Form 8K, which was from August 17, 2021 on Tilray, you can see here, Tilray Inc. and certain strategic investors formed a new Delaware limited partnership, Superhero Acquisition, for the sole purpose of acquiring approximately US $165.8 million principal amount of senior secured convertible notes originally issued by MedMen. So you have to wonder, like, this really does make you wonder, right? Did they know something? Did they kind of foresee this? Did Tilray anticipate MedMen's demise? And, pretty smart on their part to be the only one they're the only secured debtor. So this is going to be huge for Tilray, in my opinion, and this increases the odds. And I also went through that they get some of their assets, and I asked Grok. The Superhero Acquisition Corp is a holdings company that is 2/3 owned by Tilray Inc., a Canadian pharmaceutical and MJ company. Superhero Acquisition Corp is involved in the acquisition and management of assets related to the MJ industry. The remaining 1/3 ownership is not explicitly detailed in the provided information. And then there was one part as well that we were discussing it in the Pow Group private community. I want to see if I can find it here. There we go. 65% of the outstanding facility warrants. So this was the article here. We were discussing it in the Pow Group private community. Could Tilray Brands acquire some of MedMen's distressed assets? So based on the information provided, it appears that Tilray Brands has already acquired a majority position in the convertible notes of MedMen Enterprise, which we knew, which gives Tilray the option to convert that debt to equity once the U.S. legalizes MJ. This would give Tilray a 21% stake in MedMen. Additionally, a newly formed limited partnership established by Tilray and other strategic investors acquired an aggregate principal amount of approximately US $165.8 million of the notes, associated warrants held by GGP, representing 75% of the outstanding notes and 65% of the outstanding facility warrants. Therefore, it seems that Tilray has already acquired a significant portion of MedMen's distressed assets through the acquisition of the convertible notes and associated warrants. So this is looking good, like I said, in terms of, the facility warrants, 65% of the outstanding facility warrants. And, at the end of the day, I think that's just what Tilray is lacking. We need to get that footprint in those facilities in the U.S. And as we know, we saw, companies like Canopy Growth, which, they announced that they were going to be acquiring acreage through an exchangeable share in Canopy USA Holdings Company. So now, you look at Superhero Acquisition Corp, that's a holdings company, right? So, and then you've got SNDL with Sunstream, Organogram recently invested in U.S. assets as well, and it's going to be a trend that only continues from here. And then look at Curaleaf acquiring Northern Green Canada, which I did a video on that yesterday as well. You can check that out. They talk about in this Q&A with Boris Jordan, he talks about massive wave of U.S. bankruptcies coming. He said it's already happening to a bunch of U.S. companies, and it has to do with the lack of regulatory reform in the U.S. So, MSOs are becoming LPs. Look at Curaleaf and Northern Green Canada. Look at, LPs becoming MSOs with Canopy and Acreage. You've got Sunstream and SNDL. You've got Tilray, MedMen, Superhero. You got Organogram. Maybe Kronos as well looks to get into the U.S., right? They're partnered with Altria. You've got Oxley with Imperial Brands, right? You've got Constellation Brands in Canopy. So the writing's on the wall. LPs are becoming MSOs and MSOs are becoming LPs. And eventually there's going to be very fierce competition in the U.S. But in my opinion, I mentioned this in my video yesterday on the Tilray video. If you haven't seen that, I did some technical analysis. You can take a look at the price action and what I thought was more than likely going to transpire over the next couple of weeks and months ahead. But it's looking good. And I said I wouldn't be surprised. I said I'm kind of starting to expect some form of news soon from Tilray. And as the saying goes, show me the chart and I'll tell you the news. And then today did a little bit of digging and found this information with regards to Tilray and Superhero Acquisition Corp being the only secured debtor in that bankruptcy filing and procedure. So it's going to be interesting. I think that we could get some news really anytime now. I would expect it's going to be sometime before rescheduling happens, and we have the comment period ending for rescheduling on July 22nd. So if I were a betting man, I would think that we would get some sort of information with regards to MedMen's distressed assets and whether or not Tilray, to what degree they acquire some of those assets. So, and then which facilities, that type of thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got, like I said, a press release or some sort of news out with regards to MedMen and Tilray over the coming weeks. But going to end it there, let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. We'll continue the conversation there. It's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.